Hello again, everybody. In this video, I'm going to describe how I stitched the photos from my DJI drone together to make a spherical panoramic photo. To start, I get the SD card out of the drone and access it through my computer. I just mount it up on the desktop of my Mac. And of course, the first thing you see is just the DJI folder. Open that up, and 3 new folders are revealed. We're interested in the one on the bottom, Panorama. Open it up. When you open that folder up, even more folders will be revealed. Well, there should be at least one more folder. And if everything went right, within each one of those folders, you'll find 34 pictures. And those 34 pictures will be stitched together to make a panoramic photo. Let's take a look at the software that I use to stitch the images together. I'm really not sure how the name of the software is supposed to be pronounced. Maybe accidentally I'm just saying it the right way. I call it PTGUI, and it is spelled capital P, capital T, capital G, lowercase u, lowercase I. You can enter that into Google and it'll take you to the PTGUI website. They have a lot of videos there that are very useful, but this one might come in handy for you too. Basically, there's a 3-step process here. You have to load the images, which I'll show you here right now. It's pretty easy to do. And then once you've loaded the images, you have to align the images, which I'll show you right here. Just click on number 2. And then finally, you have to make a panorama, and I'll show you that in just a few moments. But first, let's take a look at that image that I just dragged down from the top, the one with all the numbers in it. Those numbers represent the 34 images from the DJI drone. Don't worry about the black space at the top. This is a spherical image, but remember the camera on the DJI Mavic Pro doesn't turn all the way up, so it's not a true complete spherical image, but it's about 3/4 of one, maybe a little bit more than that. So when you finish with this panorama and you load it up into Facebook, it's not going to look like this. There will be no blank space like that at the top. Certainly if you go within one of these spherical images and you rotate it so that you're looking upward, eventually you're just going to see a blank empty space up there. And that's the black space in this image. So if you go to one of my spherical panoramas and you rotate it upwards so that it's looking up, eventually you're just going to see a blank space up there. And that's the black space on the top of that image. The image with all the numbers in it. Okay, now that we're finished with that image with all the numbers in it, let's drag that aside and we'll take a look at number 3 on the menu there, which is called Create Panorama. When you click on Create Panorama, a pretty busy page comes up on the screen, and there are a few things that you should pay close attention to. Look up toward the upper left side of the window. There's a row starting with the words width and height. If you go down to the right from there, you'll see a drop-down menu that says percent of optimum size. Click on that and change it to the megapixels. Choose the megapixels. If you're going to upload your panoramic photo to Facebook, Facebook has size limitations on its images, and its limitation for panoramic images is 130 megapixels. So I usually set my megapixels to 129.9, as you can see on the image there. That works pretty well for me. However, sometimes I choose to do some editing of the final image after it's saved. If you choose to take your final panoramic image from PTGUI and adjust the color in something like Photoshop, which I do pretty often, that color adjustment might increase the size of your final panoramic image so that it's over 130 megapixels. If the size goes over 130 megapixels, don't be surprised if Facebook does not accept your image. And if that happens, just do some further adjusting of your final image in a photo editing software to decrease the size, and you'll be okay. When you finish with that top row, drop down a couple of rows and you'll see a little tab there, Create Panorama. Click on that and the software will stitch together your panoramic image. You'll find the image in the directory where all of the photos are located. Make sure you save this project for this particular panorama. You'll find the saved project in the same folder as your panoramic image and the rest of the photos that you stitched together. Your final panoramic image will look something like this on your computer. And then after you have uploaded it to Facebook, it'll look more like this one. Let's take a look at the process of uploading these images to Facebook. I'm uploading a panoramic image here. The first one that I am loading is actually a little bit too large. I'm doing this deliberately so you can see the image that will appear if you submit a panoramic image to Facebook that is over 130 megapixels. So after that image has been rejected, I'm uploading a second image that I already have on my laptop. It's the same image, but it's been reduced in size. It is just under 130 megapixels, and Facebook accepts that one. If you point your mouse at the image and let it hover there for just a moment, you'll see two new icons appear, and on the lower right hand corner you'll see a paintbrush image. If you click on that brush image, you will be allowed to set the opening view of the panoramic image. Thank you, Tom Brown, for pointing that out to me. I couldn't figure that out for the longest time, and he came to my aid with that one, and many others. So thank you, Tom Brown. We are quickly approaching the end of this lesson. I hope this has presented some useful information for you. You can see now that the image has increased in size on the screen on Facebook, and you'll be able to look around left and right, down and up a little bit, and that's how you do these spherical images. Okay, that concludes lesson 2. Have a great day, everyone.